Hello and welcome, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Today we're going to talk about the law firm marketing strategies that will make you the #1 law firm in your area, in your niche, in your area of expertise, and that will add another at least $50,000 a month to your monthly recurring revenue. Just a quick word about me. My name is Christopher Olivier, and I run digital media agency and consulting services where we help service-based businesses like lawyers, like estate planners, grow their monthly recurring revenue using a holistic marketing strategy around short-form video content and combining that with advertising. So far, we've created over 65 million views organically, and I've added more than 500,000 in additional revenue in the 9 months of 2023. We help people like Pugh become the #1 estate planning authority in the UK, and by accident, because we're not even targeting the #2 in the US, right? That just happened by accident. We added over 300,000 followers to his follower account in 9 months, and we've added $50,000 a month in monthly revenue to his law firm. So what is the main problem when it comes to law firms? What is the main problem to actually standing out as a lawyer? So the problem is most people, they just open up Google when they want to find a lawyer. They don't really have a connection to any lawyer, except if they know a lawyer, right? If they get recommended a lawyer, then that changes. But the problem is if you're not on Google, like let's say slot number 1 to 5, you're going to have a problem. And even if you are, the algorithm might change, other people might outrank you on SEO, and then what you're going to do, right? If you're always relying on a single source of advertising, that's never the good solution, right? If you're not #1, you will fight over the crumbs, you will fight over the traffic that gets left, and that counts for a lot of you. And then a lot of lawyers, a lot of law firms just run advertising on Facebook and on other platforms, and they run the super generic creatives, right? So I just had a couple out there, right? Like you couldn't tell me these are all from different lawyers. This is just stock footage that your agency, stock photos that your agency just slaps together and then posts as an ad, which might work a little bit, but you know, you're not gonna get you're gonna just be comparable. People are gonna look at your prices. People are gonna be okay. You know, what does it cost for this lawyer? What does it cost for this lawyer? Why should I work with you? I have no idea. So the solution to this is you need to build a brand. You need a brand to differentiate itself from the competition. And how do you build a brand? Is by actually educating the market, right? Like by being the lawyer out there. There's only a couple people doing that in every niche, probably like 3 to 10 or so. Going on social media, actually making valuable content that people have, like you actually solving their problems. You're giving them tips on what happens after a car crash. You're giving them tips on what to do when they get divorced. You're giving them tips on what to do, how to, you know, make their estate plan, how to make their tax plan. It's all about kind of creating that value, right? Like exactly the same way that I'm trying to give value to you guys right now. You want to educate your market, right? Because once you build that brand, once you build that name and people actually know you, people will flock to you, right? It's an exponential growth, and it will make it much, much easier for you to sell, much, much easier for you to hire. Just building a brand out there, right? It's a perpetual wheel of awesomeness. You will put out educational content. This will lead to a branding effect. This will make it easier to sell, meaning you're going to pay less for a client acquisition. You're going to get more clients in the same way. You're going to get more money, and then you're going to pour back those resources into an educational content and branding effect. So people are going to want to work with you specifically. They're going to call you and say like, hey, I've watched your content. We want to work with you, right? Like there's 1,000 lawyers out there, each have different techniques and stuff like that. But these top tier lawyers, I don't know like many names, but like people flock to them because they want to work with them. It's not just because they Googled injury law in Atlanta and just found you and be like, oh, okay, I'm just going to give it a try. People are going to actually come to you. They want to work with you specifically, right? So that's a completely different change of mindset. Rather than being just a commodity, people are going to be, okay, this is my guy, how can I make this work, right? So what are the action steps for that? So in my opinion, short form video content is a really, really great way of actually having those short educational snippets, especially in the law space, right? You just want to like answer people's questions. You want to like give them a lot of value, and you can actually easily produce those. You just set up a camera. You can watch one of my videos about the short form video structure, about the hooks. I've made videos about all of these, and you can just create those videos, and you would need to post 1 per day or at least 5 per week, because you will need to get a lot of volume out, especially at the beginning, until you know exactly the angle that works. And you also want to create a valuable piece of long form educational content per week, right? So 7 pieces of short form content, 1 piece of long form content. That shouldn't take you more than 3 hours per week. Sorry, not even per day, per week. And if you don't have 3 hours per week to invest in your brand and your marketing, then you should really look at how you structure your work and what your long-term vision for your company is, because somebody else is going to do it and these people are going to outcompete you. So what are the topics that you want to focus on, right? So in the last video I didn't include this. It's, I think, important for you guys to know the topics that you want to make content about, right? Like if you look at those short form lawyers and stuff like that, they just basically take a question, take 1 question, for example, what happened, what should I do after a car crash, or what should I do if I want to get divorced but I haven't told my husband or wife yet, right? Like these little questions that people keep answering. You can search Google for that, and you just want to keep answering those questions, right? You want to poke the hook at the beginning and you want to answer those questions, because you you keep answering them over and over again anyway, right? Like, so you can actually, if people ask you that the next time when they reach out via email or when they call via phone, hey, we're going to send you that over, and do you also want a consultation call, right? So that's, you're saving yourself work anyway, right? You basically have a chat bot that's not a chat bot. And you also want to look at trending topics, right? That's very important, because you want to keep replicating what is already working on those platforms. And you want to focus on your personal wins, because you want to create content also around your personal life and on client wins. I would probably go like 33% on all of these topics. I think that's very important. Then you want to find the winning creatives. You want to find those videos, those value posts that people are actually sharing and liking, commenting on, even if you don't run them as ads, and then you want to run them as advertising. And this is actually what we did for Pugh, and this just exploded it, right? So basically, if you look at the whole funnel, we want to post educational content, we want to turn it into advertising, then we want to send them towards more educational content, because on average, people need 7 hours with your brand to buy from them, to buy from you. And then we want to follow up with even more educational content if people don't directly book a call or with a call. So what are the results of this, right? So the results of this is over 50 million organic views, right? If you would pay for that traffic, on approximately you pay like $20 for that kind of traffic. That's let me just quickly do the math. I think that's $100,000 worth of traffic, if I'm not mistaken, right? So you get $100,000 worth of traffic for free. You get 300,000 followers. Each of them is somebody that is potentially interested in your service. Depends a bit on the location, right? You might get people from the Philippines or from the UK a little bit. They're probably not going to buy your services. The same problem that we have with Pugh is that we actually have a lot of people from the States that we are not able to sell to at the moment. And you also get like incredible advertising results. This is almost the most important stuff here, right? So he used to pay $20 per lead, $9 per lead, even up to 120. Granted, these are not like big sample sizes, but like 50, 60 in the end of 2023 wasn't really an anomaly. And right now we're paying about $2.70 per lead. We're paying about, £2.70. That's about $3 per lead. And we're paying about $12 per call scheduled, right? So that's an insane amount of volume that we're able to generate just by combining those two strategies. And we're not even talking about the free organic views that we're getting. This will add at least $50,000 or more to your monthly recurring revenue, and you will have no competition. Nobody will be able to compete with you because people are competing for your attention, right? You really have to let this sink in. You're not going to be like just a lawyer from Atlanta or just a lawyer from New York. You're going to be the name, right? Like you're going to be the Christophe Olivier, the Pugh. You're going to have a name and people are going to flock to you. What is the amount of work that you need to put in for this, right? I do think it's really, really manageable. At the beginning, it's probably going to take you 5 hours, max 4 hours max per week. Then it's going to be 3 hours. You can do that on your weekend. I think it's really, really worth investing in that. It's an exponential outcome that will get you those results massively in the future, right? You need to dedicate a little bit of time in the beginning, and you will get the payout fast, but maybe a little bit later, right? But obviously you will need a comprehensive marketing strategy and a holistic marketing strategy to get all of that, to turn that traffic, turn that eyeballs into paying customers. You will need a system to generate the attention, which I just gave you. You need a system of capturing the attention. It's very easy by actually helping people solve a problem, whether that's with content, whether that's with a lead magnet, and then you need to educate them at the same time. I give you the recipe for that as well. And then you will just need to convert people on the phone, which will be 10 times easier because people will already know you. Now, I do think, right, like maybe that system looks like a lot of work. It really isn't. But in case you want to have the shortcut, then I'm going to put a link in the description where you can book a free 20-minute call with me where I can walk you through step by step of all of these methods and frameworks that we're implementing for our clients and how you can get to your goal way faster. I can show you how you can implement that for yourself or how we can help implement that for you. So one more time, link is in the description below. I hope this was helpful. I hope you gained something from that. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, leave a comment. And otherwise, check out my other video on how to create the perfect short form video if you don't know how to create good short form videos.